Yeah, I think he was about a 55, which was very good. He was definitely in the. I think he was in the top five probably in terms of time.
Yeah, it was one of the better times. It was a very good race. Also, most of Louis' race went pretty well as well, but just had a couple of big time losses. But yeah, we are off.
Looks like we got the race getting started 1-1 here. Louis doing the turn back jump there over the piranha plant.
Yeah, I've even noticed
Sometimes you see.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, sometimes you see racers rub off the pipe or do that. The rub on the pipe sometimes feels a little safer, so yeah, generally the same amount of time.
Okay, Stu not getting P speed at the start of 1-2. Actually, yes, and Louis good on it. Very nice.
It's like unfortunately Stewie took a little bit of damage there, but he's going to make it through stage here, I think, and be fine going into the fortress, which I kind of think is important and sets a tone, at least in World 1, to have a good fortress.
Okay, Louis won't have P speed here. Oh!
Ooh.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Stewie was actually telling me he's been putting a lot of practice in on the fort, because that happened in his last run too, and he's been worried about it. So, a little unfortunate there, but he can come back from that, no problem.
Yeah, he possibly thought he had P speed there and didn't just quite get it.
Great second effort at it. Makes it through no problem. We got Louis starting here on 1-5. Looks like he's running through no problem with P speed.
A little bit of trouble with the pipe at the end, but still not too bad.
Yeah, still a pretty good stage, and you'll see both runners damage boosting there, losing the tail at the beginning. It allows you to get P speed at the beginning of the stage, and like they both did there, you can just kind of sail to the end. Looks like Louis coming through with a great 1-6. You definitely want to be able to get P speed on those platforms and not have to auto scroll at the end of the stage, because you're going to lose quite a bit of time if you have to do it.
Yeah, at times getting P speed there can be sort of finicky, but these guys are going to have that well practiced.
Yeah, it looks like Louis had Stewie had a nice backup strat there for grabbing that P speed. And everybody's favorite stage here, auto scroller. Looks like they're both getting started on here. Be good to pay attention to what the time of the wand grab is for both racers, get an idea of how much time separates both of them currently.
Yeah, and even though we've seen some drama in World 1, it probably isn't going to amount to too much. Absolutely, the majority of the game and the RNG and all the wonderful things Warpless can do to you yet to come.
Yeah, it's probably not even one hand that separates the racers right now, so.
Yeah. Are we going to get to see some nice fire kills here? Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, it's very nice to get a fire kill there, save a little bit of time.
So if I'm not mistaken, the pattern that you get there is determined by how much overworld movement you can do before entering airship, right?
So the Koopa Kid patterns on all of the worlds are determined from the time you complete the last stage to the time that you enter the pipe on the airship. So it doesn't count Hammer Brothers or the Piranha Plant stages as actual stages. I think it doesn't count the Piranha Plant stages. I'm not entirely sure though, because we never play those in this category. But yeah, that's how it's determined.
One for the most part is fairly straightforward, but maybe getting a Very, very nice from through.
Yeah, sometimes that fire chain can give you a nice big jump and put you in a little risk there. But yeah, Louis makes it through no problem, and Stewie does the same. So you can see Louis going through 2-2 here. It's one of the few stages in the run where you don't see any P-speed till the end running to the card here. I don't know about you, I've definitely been guilty of that first slide down that section, jumping over and going and falling to my doom in that pit.
Yeah, straight down the hole.
Looks like Louis got really early P-speed in the Ford. Very difficult thing to do in this Ford, actually. Requires some very accurate jumps. Looks like Stewie's going for the same. Doesn't quite get it, but he gets early-ish P-speed.
Yeah, overall that was pretty good. Getting P-speed again just after that pipe. Very well done.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little tricky coming out of that pipe. You just randomly lose it. At least I do.
Yeah, that pipe acts a lot differently from most pipes in the game. Now, I'm not 100% sure why, but it is a bit strange, that one.
Yeah, both of them actually have a really excellent Ford there.
Stewie with a bit less overworld movement than Louis. Louis had to take the detour around 2-3 in order to avoid that hammer brew with the music box.
Yep, we're getting to see the first point in the run where some RNG gets involved. Can really make a big difference. In particular, we're going to see that potentially come into play in World 3 next. So that's the first, could be the first big swing in RNG anyway.
So I think we're probably going to see 2-5 from Stewie. And it's pretty much guaranteed that he's going to have to go down in here. So a bit of a difference in route coming up.
Yeah, typically you want to go to where the hammer bro, if the hammer is located. In this case for Stewie, it is below 2.5 there. 2.4 is a little faster, but obviously you have to go out of your way to get a hammer brother. It then does slow you down. And how they know which hammer brother has the hammer is after they complete their movement, they actually turn a specific direction based on what item they have. In this case, the brother in World 2 with the hammer turns left after he finishes his movement.
Very nice pyramid from Louis.
Yeah, it was beautiful. This is one of the, well, this is probably the most technically difficult stage in the world for sure.
Nice. Stewie lost the fire flower there. Ooh, okay. We'll have to go back there. It's not too bad. There is a fire flower in this next airship. Ooh, and
yeah.
it's an alternative strat as well. Very, very nice.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Seeing a little difference in strategy there. You can side jump into that Buzzy Beetle and send it the other direction. Because, sometimes SMB3 hitboxes make a lot of sense. We're back to the airship here. As you were explaining, there is a fire flower here, so both runners will be able to pick up a fire flower, and I'm interested to see if either of them go for a fire kill on Morton here. There's a couple different patterns you can get, and it's based on which bro movements you get, so you got to really pay attention in this world to what bro movements you're getting before you enter the castle here.
Yeah, just a reminder that there's only 5 seconds between these guys in terms of PBs, which, I mean, you don't get much closer than that.
Yeah, it looks like Louis opting to stomp Morton here, which might be just the best strategy. This is one of the harder fire kills, in my opinion. At least I struggle with it, so.
It seems very, very tough.
And we'll see what Stewie decides to do here. Yeah, he decides to do the same. So, yeah, there's not very much time separating them currently in this run either, so.
Yeah, about 24 seconds at the moment, but World 3 possibly could make a big difference here. Hopefully not, though. Hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully they both get good RNG on the Hammer Bros. That pesky Star Bro, which is the one that starts on the right, has a tendency to sometimes run away across the bridge or across the 3-6 there, so gotta watch out for that.
And not only can that lead to you losing your power up as well, but sometimes you can come back and then you've got to kill yourself again or fight it, or it can get really, really messy.
Oh yeah, you can end up taking 2 deaths and fighting it on top of it, so it can be quite rough. So we got our first attempt here at 3-2, which Louis is going for the early P-speed. He's going to get it here. Very hard to do, actually. This is one of the harder P-speed grabs in the game, and wow, he really does a great job of making it all the way through, maintaining it. Yeah, it was beautiful.
Very well done. 3-2 notoriously difficult to get with P-speed.
Oh yeah, and you know, the cheap hitboxes are not the greatest either, so getting through without taking damage, you know, you definitely feel good when that happens. And you see Stewie coming out the alternate strat here, not getting P-speed. It's a little slower, but you know, it's not that much slower. Louis making it through 3-3, no problem. Can be sometimes a tricky stage, and it's our first look at Boss Bass here, which can be notorious for, you know, a lot of new players. If you, or you know, a lot of us when we first started out, definitely took a lot of deaths to him.
Also, Stewie getting P-speed by hitting the P-switch there, it's a bit easier to get P-speed and continue through the level. Also, both will be making sure not to get a coin chip. What that means is if their coins number is multiple of 11, and that matches their 10th digit of their score, turn one of those Hammer Bros into a coin chip for a really long out controller. Plus, it can get rid of one of the items from the Hammer Bros. It's even worse at times.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you end up turning the, you know, the Hammer Bro with the hammer and a coin chip, unfortunately you have to fight that one because you need that item. So, but yeah, you lose about a minute if you spawn a coin chip, and it comes into play in really Worlds 3, 5, and 6 in this run. So, technically you can get one in World 1, but I don't think I've ever seen someone actually spawn one. Oh no. We see Louis, unfortunately, taking a death to the Boss Bass, and he's going to have to play this auto-scroller now because he used this cloud. A little unfortunate.
Oh dear. Yeah, I just looked away for a moment. I had to do something very quickly, but that is massively unfortunate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah, you know, there's nothing you can do about this stage. It's gonna take about a minute.
I believe that actually happened to him in his last race as well, which caused like pretty much all the time lost. Other than that, it was a very good run.
Looks like Stewie makes it past the second Boss Bass stage, no problem. We're gonna see our first H jump attempt here in 3-9. Unfortunately, clips the ice block there a little bit, but yeah, you can jump over this H if you're able to maintain P-speed and land on the other side of those music blocks. And we got Louis making it through the auto scroller, and he it took the right amount of deaths there, so he's going to be able to cross the bridge and get another shot at Boss Bass here. Looks like it's giving him a little trouble, but I think he's going to use this block to take him out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate for that to happen 2 races in a row. But I mean, if there's anyone that's going to apply the pressure from here on out, it's going to be Louis. He's a very
he's definitely capable of coming back. And now he'll get an H jump attempt as Stewie is getting close to the end of the airship here, and we're going to see a fire kill, I would imagine, on Wendy.
Oh, yes, sorry about that. I will change that over now.
And a great fire kill coming out there from Stewie. It's, it's kind of important to get that kill, and she can be kind of tricky if you end up having to stomp her. So, yeah, it's definitely one of the strats that you want to pick up, and will make that fight much safer.
Yeah, not only for the time save, it's just massively preferable. Otherwise, you're probably going to be losing one of those power-ups. I get a bit sketchy.
Yeah, generally, if you see a runner going into that fight without Fire Flower, they will grab the leaf on the airship here, and that's generally the only time you see it.
Yeah.
And 4-1 coming out here can be kind of tricky. He does a great job of getting it. You don't have much room once you get P-speed to make that jump through the waterfall, so he does a great job there of making it through.
Hey, Louis is going to be heading into the Wendy fight. Hopefully he can get a fire kill here.
Yeah, looks like he's having a little trouble, but he gets it. And Stewie completing 4-2 there. You actually, if you saw, he killed the Koopa early on in that stage to actually despawn one of the piranha plants later on, which allows you to get P-speed on that section and maintain it through the entire stage.
Just taking a hit at the start of 4-3 here, but 4-3, a very, very impressive level with full P-speed.
Yeah, I think most people talk about it being their favorite stage, and I tend to agree with them. It just looks so nice when you do it all the way correctly.
Well, even though Stewie took 2 hits, that still was a decent run through of that. Getting that fuzzy jump in the middle, which can be kind of tough. Been a bunch of people.
Yeah, now. Oh yeah, definitely. That one's tough, and unfortunately, it makes this next stage a lot more difficult.
Yeah, Sniper Lakitu, very, very accurate at times. Can be a bit tense coming into this level of Small Mario.
Yeah, actually, even if you kill this Lakitu below, there's one that floats above that will also snipe you, so it can be very tricky when you're small. And we see Louis getting the despawn as well, as I was talking about earlier, killing that Koopa.
Yeah, unfortunately that never despawns on All-Stars, so you've always got to deal with that.
Stewie having to fight the Cloud Bro there, a little bit unfortunate being located there, but takes him out no problem. opting to get an upgrade here, which I think is pretty smart because you can grab the Fire Flower in the Ford if you don't get the main speed strat, the P speed. So
Yeah, definitely a good play.
we have Louis completing 4-3 there, and now he gets his attempt at 4-4.
Okay, grabbing
Doesn't
the
quite hit the
Fire Flower
bounce there.
Oh, Louis. No.
Yeah, doesn't quite get the bounce there that he's looking for the Lakitu. It's kind of tough when you don't get P speed there to get that bounce. So great music box usage by Stewie, able to skip those two Hammer Brothers, no problem, and makes it all the way to the airship, to everybody's favorite airship.
Oh,
The
what
slowest
is
moving
Louis
airship in the
dealing with
game.
here? Yeah, that's really, really unfortunate. So the Cloud started switching with the other Hammer Bros.
I think they both actually got similar movements there, and it's not very common that happens actually. So a little unfortunate here for him.
Yeah. Thankfully, getting it this time. That's so unfortunate. That really is.
Yeah, it looks like Louis is opting to run the stage without the star. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to grab the Fire Flower in the Ford now. The key there is making it through that stage alive. Yeah, the bros were not kind to him at all in this world.
So just an interesting thing to point out, but the winner of this will be going on to play the winner of Mitch Flower Power and Supersonic. That's going to be an interesting race. I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, that one's actually a couple hours after this one, so...
Yeah, gonna be good.
Oh, Louis taking some damage on the Boom Boom here. But he makes it through, no problem. Not the biggest deal to lose your mushroom there. You can always grab another mushroom on the airship. He wasn't going to be able to grab Fire Flower anyway, so... Stewie getting a nice fire kill there on Iggy. It's definitely easier to kill than Morton, but I'd say it's probably a little harder than Wendy and Larry.
Yeah, so we pretty much have the difference of the World 4 airship. That takes about 2 minutes if I'm not mistaken. So Stewie with a pretty decent lead at the minute. Still a lot to come though. It is far from over at the moment.
Yeah, and you notice runners grabbing coins on this airship because they're preparing for World 5 here. Depending on how many coins you grab with your strats, you want to ensure that, as we talked about earlier, you're not spawning any airships. Or not. Coin ships, I mean.
Okay, interesting start to 5-1 for Stewie.
Yeah, it looks like unfortunately he just slightly missed one of those jumps and ended up grabbing the tail, so... But he can use that to float down in this next stage here and take it pretty safe.
Definitely don't blame him. Certainly, if he's aware of his lead, he might start to pull it back a little bit. We'll see.
Yeah, that stage, you definitely don't want to fall in that pit there. It's called the pit of despair, I believe is what other people call it. Definitely loses a lot of time if you're not able to take it. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so Louis won't be able to attempt a fire kill, but this is probably one of the easier bosses just to take out normally.
Yeah, sometimes his hitbox is a little strange. I've definitely taken damage on him, stomping on his head, but usually pretty straightforward. And it looks like Stewie actually got a little unfortunate Hammer Bro RNG in this world. They actually both came down towards him, so I think he's probably going to end up fighting them both.
Yeah, probably.
Yep, definitely now.
Yeah, so pretty much the outcome after Fort guaranteed that he would have to fight both. Again, a bit unfortunate, but not too bad.
So yeah, one thing to note there, that is potentially a very big time save for Louis now, because he does not need another P-Wing.
Yeah, unfortunately already had Hammer Bros in World 4, so...
And we see Stewie taking his turn on one of the more fun stages to watch be run, because it's quite difficult to make it through unscathed. Pipe entries on the stage can be a little tricky, and maintaining P-speed to the end, it's definitely one of the harder stages, I think, in the game, at least for me.
Okay, so there's 2 levels in a row where Louis actually made back a bit of time as well, and of course the Hammer Bros as well. Another big opportunity. Also, Stewie with 77 coins. Hopeful.
Oh, that was unfortunate.
That platform is the worst. It is so bad. I hate it. I actually went right through it when I turned on rift. Like, right through it.
Oh no. Yeah, the good news is he was small anyway, so he didn't lose anything in terms of upgrades. I think generally speaking, you won't see people grab upgrades on this stage, because deaths like that can happen fairly commonly.
So Stewie and Louis will be aiming to get this Hammer Bro at the top of World 5. They both need a music box for World 7, both having used theirs earlier.
Yeah, so being able to skip those 2 Hammer Bros by music boxing him there, he definitely saved quite a bit of time here at the beginning of this world, so that's going to help him going forward.
It's definitely good to get that Hammer Bro early as well, because sometimes it can get stuck just before the airship, and then once you beat Warpless, it can go back and forth and back and forth. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's definitely fortunate RNG to fight him where he did. It's nice he's able to re-grab fire here prior to the fortress, get a quicker kill on Boom Boom. And then you see Louis making it through the stage that Stu had a little bit of trouble with, no problem. So this fort is one of the more pleasing stages to watch in the game too, because it just looks so frightening going through it. There's a lot of places where you can just fall and end up getting swallowed by lava.
There's also an insanely risky clip that you can attempt right at the start, but if you miss it, you're dead. It's been a very long time since I've seen that as well.
Yeah, I think the last person I saw do it was Mitch, probably.
Yep. Same here. You would normally bust that out if the run is looking a little bit dead.
Yeah, that'd be like a run rescue thing if you're going for a PB or something.
I was getting confused there as to why they had different amount of cards, but I forgot that Louis has actually done 1 extra level. I'm trying to work out how does that happen, but Yeah.
Oh yeah, the auto scroller. Yeah, you'll see that, you know, in cases where you end up having to do an extra stage because you take a death after a cloud, or early hammer as well. You'll have a differing amount of cards. So, yeah, unfortunately, Louis had to chase that hammer, bro. He didn't get as fortunate with the RNG. And he's taking his attempt here at 5-8. Unfortunately, he doesn't get P speed here. Makes the stage a little bit more difficult. And, you know, he makes it through no problem. That was really excellently done.
Also just killing that Lakitu at the end with fire. Oh no, Stu taking a hit there, so he's gonna have to be careful here.
Yeah, I don't think he was probably going for a fire kill on Roy or either, but it does come into play on the next stage where I would anticipate we're going to see both runners damage boost in the first fort in World 6 here.
Yeah, maybe we'll pick up the backup leaf. We'll see, I guess.
Yeah,
Also,
I've seen a lot of runners do that.
Tricky as well, maybe.
Yeah, depending on what pattern he gets.
Yeah. So P speed, that's just that little bar at the bottom. It determines whether you're going to have full running speed or not. Once it fills up, you'll be running. It's actually quite complicated in this game, but yeah, you'll see if you just look along the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. Once the meter's full, you end up running at maximum speed.
Okay, Stu dealing with that bottom row hammer brew very well.
Yeah, that was impressive. That's not easy to do. Yeah, as you predicted, he grabs the leaf there, and then does essentially the same strat he was going to do. It's a little slower because he had to grab the upgrade, but definitely faster than not.
I was going to say taking a bonk there, grabbing the star might actually be quite costly, but just about makes it. Definitely on the closer side.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to rub at all when you're running through that after you grab the star. And as I kind of figured, he just making sure that he doesn't get that P speed on this stage. There's actually a P speed strat, but it's pretty difficult to get.
I swear these platforms are just so... Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Also, getting early P speed in 6-4 probably is one of the hardest in the game. I think that's probably fine to say.
Yeah, it's actually a frame perfect P speed, but you have to jump on the second frame of landing on the ice block after jumping off the wood block, so not very easy to get on a consistent basis. Be interested to see if either runner tries to despawn the Nipper in 6-5 here.
No, I thought he was going for it.
Yeah, it looks like he's decided to play it safe. He might have been going for it and then just decide against it. And Louis actually getting the early P speed. That was beautiful.
And pretty much with that, we're down to 1 level difference. That's incredible. Again, another very unfortunate death, but keeping it very interesting here.
Yeah, in terms of exciting races, you know, it's helpful for us. Unfortunately, it looks like Stewie ends up having to take an extra hammer bro here too.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And Louis with the double despawn. Very nice.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, Chuck, whenever your opponent's doing things like that, it's definitely going to make you reconsider things. But Stu has been playing so well.
Yeah, I kind of figured once Stewie took the bump there, he was going to play it safe, because once you get that P speed with the tail and you bump, there's a good chance you're going to fall down that pit and have to redo the stage anyway, so... And it's worth noting the Hammer Bro, after they move in this world, the one with the hammer turns to the left, so that comes into play again here. I think both runners actually ended up fighting both, but...
Not 100% sure. I looked away for a moment.
Yeah, I know Stewie did, and if Louis didn't, that other bro really ran off somewhere.
Itch, indeed.
Hardest level in the game here for Stewie.
Yeah.
Louis decided to take a little bit different strat here and use a star to get this early P speed to do the H jump.
Another very nice pitch. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is another stage where if you rub on, you'll end up with those ghosts spawning on you real quick.
Now, going into this next airship, Stewie will be grabbing a power-up, he'll be grabbing a mushroom. He's wanting to pay extra attention not to lose that mushroom. Otherwise, 7-1, well, we'll just say, I mean, it's very, very difficult without any power-up, which I didn't realize was possible until recently as well.
Yeah, you can actually clip into that stage as Small Mario, but it's very, very difficult. So yeah, for both runners, it'll actually be very important for them to maintain a upgrade. Unfortunately, Stewie, since he's small, will not be able to go for the nice little swag clip on this airship. There is one that maybe we'll see Louis go for.
Yeah, so the power-up in this airship's a leaf. I'm sort of gonna say Louis probably won't grab that. For backup, probably does feel quite confident with the boss fight.
Yeah, this boss fight's pretty straightforward. It's not that risky, just sometimes you maybe get a little ahead of yourself and jump a little early if you're trying to really save some time. And there it is.
Such a good feeling about it. Yeah, it gets that clip. Very nice. Okay, so that was a 38-30 for Stu there on the wand.
Yeah, it's worth noting you could grab the tail there and you can clip through 7-1, but it's generally accepted as more difficult. Although I believe we had a racer earlier on in the tournament that did it first try with the tail. Or second try, first or second, I can't recall.
Another fairly notorious part of the run coming up. 7-1 clips. Good luck to both.
Yeah, this can really change the complexion of a run.
Getting very close here. Very
I think
nice.
that was 7 tries? Is that right?
I thought it was less than that. I'm not sure. Possibly you were paying more attention.
Okay,
there.
it might have been 6. Might have been 6.
So Louis does have a very good opportunity here, but I mean, it's so tough. Oh my word!
First try. That is huge. Wow. This is
Very well
very
done.
nearly even now. Yeah, Svene confirmed it was 6 tries.
And yeah, I believe the first attempt on that clip as well has to be the duck strat. I believe that it doesn't work just trying to clip into the corner. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the case.
Sorry, I missed that.
Oh, I think the first attempt at clip has to be the duck jump strat, right?
No, you can definitely clip through first try without duck jumping. It's just very hard. I believe it's easier to duck jump. That's what I've heard.
Very nice 7-2 from both of them as well.
Yeah, you definitely want to hit that strat because that level can potentially lose you a lot of time. You end up with 2 extra pipe transitions as well as having to hit some music blocks. So.
Yeah, for sure that has to be a good confidence booster as well for Louis. Has to be feeling quite good after that. But
Yeah, he's really done a great job getting back in this race since World 6.
Yeah. I mean, Louis has looked very strong either side of 3-6. It was just that one thing again. Or well, I suppose 3 is.
Another one of these very difficult levels. One of the spookier forts in the game. There's no enemies in it except for the boom boom at the end. It's like they forgot to complete the stage.
Definitely a bit of an outlier in terms of forts. Yeah, something sub-pixels, that's normally what it comes down to.
Exactly. 7-6 here, they're both going to P-wing over it, but you can also clip through the door on this one like you do in 7-1 if you have to. I know Stewie said he's been practicing 7-8 a lot here, so I expect to see a good 7-8 coming out of him.
Are we going to see a hammer sister? No.
Yeah, he says he only grabs it if he needs it for damage boosting purposes, but since he's already got the tail, he'll just run through those fire nippers to the end. Yeah, 7-4 is actually a long water auto scroller, so it's important to cloud that one. Oh, the evasive maneuvers by Louis there.
That was so close. Yeah, getting the start of that block at the start of fourth there can be a bit weird. It's very easy to clip the most of the way into that block. And,
yeah, I'm not a big fan of that block. It's tough to grab it.
Also,
yeah, unfortunately.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, unfortunately, there Stewie had an extra upgrade, and it's much easier to just run through that section. But since he had the upgrade, he got caught on the block there.
This is very, very close now.
Yeah, this is even. Both runners are going to be able to grab Fire Flower in the airship here, so don't have to worry about that or having to worry about grabbing it on the Navy, at least as of yet.
Yeah, in terms of power-ups, this airship feels like a bit of a gift. I think it's the only one with 2 power-ups, especially for both of them Fire Flowers as well. I think that's correct. At least that's the only thing you would see in Warpless.
I think there's one other airship that's got 2 upgrades, but one is after the tunnel, so you don't actually ever see it really.
Yeah, pretty much as soon as I started saying that, I was like, actually, I think that might be the case. But yeah, definitely a bit of leeway coming into this.
It's almost as if they planned for you to have a Fire Flower going into World 8. It's worth noting that you can actually fire kill this Koopling as well. But we're not going to see that coming out here from either racer. You have to actually pause before you enter the tunnel at the end here to be able to do it, and have some pretty good menuing with the music box. If you're interested in seeing it, I believe Karua did it, the former world record.
So it's also worth mentioning that the current world record holder is Mitch Flowerbar, 50 minutes and 5 second time.
Yeah, and it's also worth mentioning he's one of the few runners that actually uses hammer strats from the end of World 7 here through the end of the game. Most runners we'll see in the tournament will actually be using fire.
It's probably one of the most exciting and just impressive things in speedrunning in general, seeing the hammer stick the whole way to the end.
Yeah, as someone that tries to do it, it's not easy. Definitely is very difficult. Of course, Mitch does it on a regular basis.
We're still looking at a 7-second difference. How this race has went up and down and back and forth, it's been a crazy race.
See, I think this is probably a good time to start the hands mini game. So you need to guess the number of hands that both runners are going to get combined here. And just keep in mind, if they die anyway, they could get more than 6 hands, obviously, if they both got 3, so.
I'm gonna say they're both going to get 2, I'll guess 4.
Yeah, I just hope they get the same number of hands, because, you know, this is so close.
Also, guys, that's exclamation mark guess, then followed by your number. I believe subscribers get to be in this sort of leaderboard thing. I think for other people it doesn't really matter too much.
But it's for bragging rights.
Of course, of course.
So there's actually going to be a bridge coming up here where there are 3 levels that can pull you in, and the animation is hands coming up and grabbing you and pulling you in the level, so that's what we mean by hands.
Yep, you have a 1 in 8 chance of getting no hands, a 1 in 8 chance of getting all the hands, well, 3 hands I guess I should say, 2 in 8
Yep.
for 2 and 2 in 8 for 1.
Yeah, it, you know, you don't feel lucky when you get all 3 hands, but technically you were lucky, just the wrong kind of luck.
Exactly. I believe the most we've seen in one race so far, or at least on one racer side so far, is 5.
Yeah, I think you're right with that.
I also believe that 5 included a 0 hand as well, with a death on Air Force or whatever you call that level.
Yeah, I think you're correct there, yep. Yeah, it's worth mentioning that the boomerang bro that you fight at the end of the first auto-scroller there, you can sometimes get what's called sockless, which you kill him before he throws the boomerang, and you save a little bit of time there, because you have to wait for the boomerang, or for it to go off screen until the item spawns. This very exciting levels coming out here in World 8. You just kind of have to come up with fun little things to do to keep yourself occupied, because you know, if you stop paying attention, they can quickly ruin your run. So. And we see Louis doing some boat swag here, try to manipulate the hands RNG. You can't actually manipulate it that way. It's just a joke, by the way, in case anybody wasn't aware. And Stewie gets the first hand for foregoing the boat swag, as Lasso points out.
Wow.
And actually, so both of them. I don't know about you, this is my least favorite for, you know, the reason that just happened to both of them. It's kind of tricky.
Yeah, not only that, but it is the first step of getting 3 hands, and another one for Stewie. Oh my word.
Oh man, this could be huge. Oh, jeez.
Well, I've hit my 4th quota now, so hopefully no more hands after this.
You know, people that said 6 are...
Ow.
Oh my goodness. Oh no. Alright, well, Louis is now in the lead.
It's always going to be very disappointing for some. Well, not always, but it's often going to be disappointing for somebody. Unfortunate to see it switch hands like this, but it is Warpless, unfortunately. So
Yeah, it is worth noting that that third hand does at least allow you to get the fire flower, so it's not as big of a time loss as it could have been for him, since he won't have to re-grab it, and it does make this airship quite a bit easier too.
Yeah, that's true. So Stewie will claw back a bit of that time this upcoming fire kill on Boom Boom.
Ooh, Louis getting fortunate there with a wrench throw.
We're correct.
So yeah, Stewie can save a little bit of time on this fight as well, being able to kill the Boom Boom a little quicker. And yeah, as Losto points out, potentially saving some time in these next couple stages as well.
Okay, so we're gonna know the difference after 8-1. Oh, taking a hit there. Stewie again.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh no. Both taking damage on same Koopa. Yeah, that's fairly common that sometimes that Koopa just, you know, steps out and bites you. Oh no, taking some damage there. Nicely avoiding the last Piranha Plant there. Yeah, Sun RNG definitely could have came into play there.
Yeah, that can be very, very unforgiving. Oh, and why do we have to show it off as well?
Asking ye shall receive.
Stewie's going to be using a tail or a leaf here right before entering. Yeah, does there.
It's worth noting that Stewie actually has no more stars, so unfortunately he won't be able to star through this, but wisely uses that tail to damage boost. Yeah, I'm kind of glad that we hyped this race up and it definitely lived up to the billing here.
Well, it looks like this
Yes, commentator's
curse
curse.
be important.
Yeah, Bowser's Castle could very well decide this, or, you know, if either of them loses Fire Flower in this auto-scroller, which can happen.
Yeah, well, also it was very, very tight. I thought it was a good chance he was going to miss it.
Little difference in strat here. Stewie opting to go above and skipping a section of this auto-scroller, and Louis just going the bottom section. They're both employing the oglib strat here, it looks like, for this section. Yeah, it's actually a good point, Mitch. Bowser RNG, in terms of when he jumps, can come into play here as well and make the kill a little more difficult. And it all comes down to Bowser's Castle here. Exciting.
Well, good luck to both. I mean, it's less luck than execution, but still.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be interested to see if Stewie goes for the clip here. He was practicing it before the race, so...
And it's just like, yeah, that's what might be an attempt.
And
Very
he
well
gets
done.
it. Oh, and Louis losing some P-speed here before going in the door. That's big.
This is so close, but I mean, what a way for Stewie to show off that.
Yeah, this is going to be very close if Stewie can make... Oh my goodness. It looks like Louis is just going to take it. But man, this is going to be just like... Oh, and he managed to get the kill just before he loses the Fire Flower. Wow.
Yeah.
Just a few seconds are going to separate both of them.
I mean, honestly, I do feel a bit bad for the lead to change at hands, but unfortunately, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of that. Stewie definitely put up one hell of a fight there.
Yeah,
Bowser's Castle as well.
That was beautiful. It looked like 4 seconds separated them was all, so...
Yeah, it could... I mean, that's so close. Pretty much leaving it the difference between their PBs as well. Stewie with 5 second better PB than Louis.
Yeah, and of course the separation was less than 5 seconds in the race, so yeah, just definitely lived up to the billing there.
So we're not too sure who Dewey's going to be facing at the moment. It'll either be between Mitch Flowerpower or Supersonic. Stewie Cartman will be going on to face Pro A, my previous opponent. So best of luck to both of them. That's going to be a good one.
Looks like Stewie's actually going to join us for an interview here in a second.
Nice.
Louis will respectfully decline.
Yeah, we've yet to be blessed with Louis' voice. Definitely in the SMW community, we've been waiting for too long. But it's okay, he's not human, he's too good.
So in terms of what's left on the docket today for this tournament, on this channel, there's actually going to be a race coming up here in a half an hour between Raikou Rider and Mr. Cab 55, which I think is going to be another very good race, and you'll actually be commentating that one as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a very close one. The dynamic is going to be a bit different with both of them taking sort of more calculated, casual... well, casual isn't the right word, but you'll see what I mean coming up. It's going to be a very, very interesting one.
Yeah, that should be a great race for sure. And then half an hour after that on Speed Gaming 3, actually, Supersonic will be taking on Mitch Flowerpower. And I'm looking forward to that one. I always like to see Mitch run, and I know Supersonic's been putting in a lot of practice and definitely put on one of the clutch performances of the first round where he PB'd, and he had to PB to beat me. So looking forward to seeing how much he's improved as well. And I'll actually be doing commentary on that one. And then we got another good race an hour after that one, actually. Lassa 42 and Calco 2. They're very, very good players and very close.
Wow. Yeah, we have some really, really good matchups then tonight. Yeah, feel free, Stu. Also, pretty much this whole tournament, I've been pining for Tunnel in 1.5. I get to see that tonight.
I'm kind of hoping Mitch, busts that one out because he definitely held back a little bit, I think, in that first race.
You
All right,
welcome.
looks like we're joined by Stewie. How's it going, Stewie?
Maybe. Bust out the tunnel in 1-5, Mitch.
Now because he definitely held back a little bit, I think, in that first race.
One second. I'll.
Oh, technical difficulties here. Sorry for the audio issues, everybody. Looks like Louis taking a victory lap here.
Yeah. Oh. Yo, Stewie.
Yep.
So then, that race is just jam-packed of everything. Definitely spinning platforms probably weren't your best friend in that one. Very, very unfortunate.
No, 5-4 and 6-4 are not nice levels to me.
Yeah, they're definitely not kind. The hands were also not kind to you, unfortunately getting all three of them there. You got lucky, just not the right kind.
No. I had a feeling that was going to happen.
It's always going to be very disappointing whenever it's 4 seconds apart and hands have yet again played a part in that.
Yeah, then 7-1 kind of decided it too.
Yeah, I know how you feel with hands. Both of my opponents got 0 hands against me, and the second time it definitely made the difference. So yeah, it's quite tough. I think you played amazing. It's nothing coming from me, because, you're such a good player.
Thank you.
Incredible.
Well, I was excited when you got that clip in Bowser's Castle. That really made that close. I was wondering if you're going to go for it. Cause
I knew I had to go for it. I had to.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely the right choice. And man, you almost brought it back there.
Yeah,
that was horrible. Go ahead, sorry.
Sorry, I guess everyone was telling me, like, every streamer that I watched, they were telling me this was the race they were looking forward to the most in the second round.
Yeah, absolutely. And we actually talked about that before the broadcast too, and definitely lived up to the billing.
Yeah, you don't get much closer than that, and as soon as I saw that matchup coming up, I was like, yeah, I want it in there. I want a front row seat for that.
Yeah.
Again, it could have been any more exciting if you scripted it yourself, but a bit unfortunate for yourself at the end.
It happens.
Yeah, that is
Let's look forward to the bracket here. I know looks like you're going to be playing Proa 007 in the next round, unless I'm looking at this incorrectly.
Is correct.
Ah.
So I think that potentially is good as well.
What's his PB?
His PB it's a 59 something. So I'm not wanting to sell anybody short, but you have a very good chance there.
Yeah.
Like Pro A is a very good player overall. But I think you have a very good chance there. Obviously.
Yeah.
Is there anything you're going to be working on, between this match and that one in preparation for it?
The death in 1-4, I did not think I got P-speed there, so I tried bailing out, and then I ended up getting it anyway. I was not ready for that.
Oh yeah,
we actually spoke about that. I think you mentioned that, actually.
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes it can be hard to determine whether you've actually got it or not. Sometimes you're like, there's no way I got this. You actually do get it, and then pulling out it can be pretty costly.
Like how 6-4 goes for me. It's like, oh hey, I got P-speed and I'm not ready for it. What do I do?
Yeah, exactly.
Probably P-speed and 6-4 on Nintendo's as well, which is very impressive.
Yeah, we saw you, and I actually mentioned that too, that, you know, you were trying to ensure you weren't getting it unexpectedly.
Yeah. I don't want to go through that. It's like, I get it, and I don't want it.
Oh, what was I going to say there? I totally just drew a blank there. Nope, sorry.
It's all good.
Alright.
So yeah, the brackets should be posted there in the chat. Yeah, I think unless you have any final comments, Stewie.
No, I'm good.
All right, sounds great. Appreciate everybody tuning in for this race, and as I said, the next one will be up here in about 20 minutes on this channel.
Absolutely.
And then there'll be other races as well throughout the night, and they all should be good as we previously mentioned. But I want to thank everybody that tuned in to view this race, as well as the racers for putting on such a great show. It was really an honor to cast this race for you guys.
Yeah.
Shout out to Louis, great opponent. GG, man.
Yeah, Louis always pulls off a very impressive performance. Yeah, always a great opponent.
So yeah, with that being said, appreciate all you guys tuning in, and hopefully we'll see you later for some of these other races.
Yeah, we will be back in about 20 minutes with Mr. Cab and Raikou Rider. Also going to be a very interesting dynamic with one being on the NES and the other being an All-Stars. So a couple of differences there to talk about when we get there. But yeah, thank you very much, Hax, for the commentary. A lot of fun. Thank you.
Yeah, it was great commenting with you as well. And good luck on the next race that you're commenting on, actually.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, we will see you guys there, and congrats again, Stu. Very, very close. Very good race. Also, I might as well say that, I mean, sort of seems obvious to say this, but I feel that you're probably going to absolutely wreck the second chance brackets, so good luck with that.
Well, I'm hoping I have something to say about that. I mean,
We'll see what happens.
all right, have a good night, everybody.
Alright,
Yeah,
see
take
you guys.
care. We will see you guys